The people digging and the people around do not actually understand the significance. But seeing the intricate designs, something unique, they now felt that this must have some magical powers or something important. So they quickly shared it amongst themselves and held it precious. Now, when the other site, that Ibojona was trying to dig to, he discovered similar objects. Let me just use that word, strange objects. Now, the story started getting popular around the town. Some of them that were educated then now called the attention of the district officer. The district officer now quickly saw them, and with his being educated person, he has known that this must not be of recent creation. So he quickly collected them and then sent a report to Lagos. Then it was the era of colonialism. He sent a report to Lagos, this is what I found, and so on and so forth. So he collected and kept. So immediately they started our own department, Nigerian Department of Antiquities. Those ones collected were handed over to them. And they sent it to Britain for dating, using a dating machine. And it dated very early, that 9th century. That now sparked up their interest to now engage an expert, an archaeologist, to delve more and see if more objects could be recovered.
Though people claim that bronze casting started in Igboku.
In the olden time, the most expensive commodity in every household is what? Fire. Fire. It's not now that when you want to make fire matches, you just do your match like this, or you just do your lighter like this, or just go to your cooking stove and do it. To get fire in the ancient time is very, very difficult. So that is why fire is always preserved in the Obi, like here. That is why among all the trees in Igbo land, you don't go and fetch firewood from a bread tree fruit. The stone our people use to make the tripod stand, where that fire is being preserved, is under constant heat. When the heat from the breadfruit continues to hit the stone, before they know it, 1 week, 2 weeks, the stone will melt. And when it melts, it runs because it's now in a not a molten, it's now is a liquid form. So it was from there that now people now know the issue of iron smelting.
The bronze intricate works of art, especially the popular Igboku bronze, was highly sophisticated. The Igboku bronze works remains an important reminiscence of the ancient creative works of Nigerian art.
Our history.
This one here is musical instrument, Obakwala. It served as jita in olden days. The year is 850 years.
Here you can see the design, the old design. And this door is just not owned like an ordinary man in those days. If anywhere you see this type of door, you know the owner of this place is a very wealthy man, a great farmer in Igbo land. It's not just anybody that can make this type of door.
The historical and cultural significance of Igboku must have necessitated the construction of 2 government museums in Igboku, the State Museum and the National Museum.
The National Museum Igboku is one of the community museums that were opened in 2003 alongside with NOC Oyo Museum, and since then we've been trying to exhibit the artifacts of the area, especially Igboku. We do other outreach programs that we empower women in the community on how to make soap. My own daughter was here sometime. She was taught how to make this vase, flower vase with beads. She made one and sold it for 500 naira. So that saved me part of her pocket money. She is happy, me, I'm happy, the person that bought it is happy.
The usefulness of a museum cannot be overemphasized, as it helps to preserve our cultural heritage through the preservation and figurine artifacts which bear a lot of information about our past. Today, the museums carry out activities like art exhibition and empowerment programs for children to impact on them our cultural values.
We promote this spirit by means of art exhibitions, by means of there's something we call Saturday Art Club. It comes up once in a while, where young artists are being trained by National Gallery of Art in order to keep the spirit alive. So we do also, the place is always open, gallery is always open for people, tourists, or those that really want to understand what art is all about, in order to promote the culture of the people, and also to synthesize some national issues through visual expression. These are the key of what we do here.
It is very significant in the history of Igbo, because before it came to limelight, or before the excavation, a lot of colonial scholars, that is scholars, imperial scholars and so on, they have already dismissed the Igbo land as being a people without history nor culture. What we mean by that in the historical depth is a place that has a recent history. But that is history maybe about 18th century, that Igbo started existing maybe 18th century, 16th century. But those artifacts dated 9th century AD, which means that when the Europeans were having their medieval period then, not that the Igbo community has already started, but they have gone far. At that stage, they're already producing metal works, casting and melting metal, which is a sophisticated technology. So that means that the Igbo can now stand up proud and say that we have a history, which dates beyond a recent date.
Igbo-Ukwu excavations has shown that bronze and iron works in southeastern Nigeria are dated back to as early as the 9th century, thereby debunking the view that Africa was not civilized until the invasion of the Europeans.
Our history.
All the excavations, touring the museums, going to sites, seeing fantastic things. That has been splendid. And I hope you've enjoyed this excursion into the Igbo-Ukwu art of ancient times. You saw the intricate things, the intricacies, the technological know-how, and all that. Well, that simply tells us that people of old actually knew what they were doing. And maybe some of us should stop looking at them as dullards, because they're very smart. Well, that's it for today's outing of the program, Our History. I'll be back next time